Sometimes animals are more well-mannered than us humans. Sometimes they're kinder and show more compassion. Some don't even care if they're not the same species, just like this unlikely pair, and this cute babysitter. Janitor elephant. While humans throw trash wherever they want, animals try to fit into our environment. A video of an elephant putting trash into a garbage can has gone viral on social media. The elephant demonstrated that animals are more humane than people. You can see the elephant approaching the trash can and then picking up litter with its trunk and leg, throwing it into the bin. Which brings us back to the question, if animals can, then why can't we? Cat parenting. This cat has better parenting skills than the ones in the video. Just imagine watching your child play with a hot stove. Couldn't be that cat, obviously. It really said, if no one's gonna stop him, then I will. Law-abiding citizen. This deer really knows its traffic regulations. Look to your sides and wait for the vehicles to stop before crossing the road safely. No jaywalkers here. Oh dear, no. Door closing. I don't know what surprises me more. The fact that this woman is politely telling a bear to close the door, or the fact that the bear actually understands and knows what to do. One thing's for sure though, this furry beast follows instructions better than most people. Recycling crow. The video begins with a crow going from one trash can to the next while holding a used plastic bottle in its jaws. The bird then flies away after dropping the bottle inside the recycling bin. The bird's seemingly simple behavior has caused quite a fuss. Some people voiced out that if a bird can throw an empty bottle in the trash, then why can't humans do the same? Pretty valid question if you ask me. Bowing deer. These deer are so polite that if you bow at them, they bow back. They also bow when they want to ask for food, which is quite cute if you ask me. Such well-mannered animals. Have a seat. This cute doggo knows exactly how to help out its owner. Just take a look at it happily offering the guy a chair. Dogs are so friggin' loyal, and they always got your back. Stop in the name of dog. Haley Moore was out walking her dog Clover when she suddenly began to convulse. Clover jumps in at this point. You can see the dog watching the first car pass by, which gives it an idea. Clover then purposely stands in the center of the road, preventing a vehicle from passing and getting the assistance that Haley required. Swan crossing. Take a look at this swan family in Victoria, Australia. Mom and Dad and their 4 children took no shortcuts. The feathery bunch can be seen using a marked pedestrian crossing to cross the street. Neighbors claim to do this on a regular basis as they go about their daily lives. Now, if only jaywalkers could learn a lesson from these graceful birds. Jambo the gorilla. A 5-year-old child who was knocked unconscious after falling into a zoo's gorilla enclosure and was amazingly protected by Jambo, a huge male silverback who stood guard as the gang of gorillas circled. Jambo never left the boy's side, making sure that the other apes wouldn't harm him. Dog rescue. Jessie, a 7-year-old black Staffordshire Terrier rescue, assisted in pulling her Pomeranian buddy Chucky after he fell in their owner's pool. Jessie can be seen walking up and down the pool sides for 34 minutes trying to grab Chucky as he fights to stay afloat. After numerous efforts, the black Staffordshire manages to grab the smaller dog and take him out of the pool before retreating into the garden. Giraffe cleaning service. Did anyone call for the cleaning service? This young gazelle appears to have a branch lodged in its horns. A giraffe nearby spotted the calf and decided that someone was in need of its services. The giraffe bent his head and slowly removed the branch from the baby gazelle. Was the giraffe really concerned for the other animal, or was it just after the free food? We'd like to think that it's the former. Bear hug. This bear can be seen entering the room on all fours. He walks over to the man standing by the open window and stands up on his hind legs when he notices him. Then it does something amazing. The bear licks the man's face and wraps his arms around him, as if to comfort the other. That's what you call a literal bear hug. Polite passenger. Meet Eclipse, the dog who rides the bus by herself just to go to the park. Yeah, you heard that one right. All the bus drivers already know her, and this cute pupper just sits on the chairs like a person does. Eclipse is just a well-mannered passenger, which makes it even better. Shiba babysitting. Dogs have always been dubbed as man's best friend. This Shiba is taking it to the next level by being a friend of their baby, too. It provides comfort to the crying child and stays nearby in case another crying fit happens. Snake toss. A man on a walk with his dog is unable to proceed because of a snake in the path. He's gonna summon his Doberman for assistance, and the dog does reappear. It then takes the snake in its mouth and launches it several meters into the air. No more snake problems, so their journey continues. Tiny Hero. In Toronto, a little dog shown bravery by protecting its 10-year-old owner from a coyote. A Yorkshire Terrier, a breed that typically weighs 5 to 7 pounds, took on a large wild beast. Lily Kwan yelled for help as she dragged her 6-year-old rescue Yorkie by the leash. A coyote was chasing them and injuring Macy, her dog. What followed was captured on house security, Macy turning back and confronting the coyote while defending Kwan. Binti the Gorilla. A toddler fell 15 feet into a gorilla habitat containing 7 gorillas. Binti, one of the gorillas, pulled him up and held him like a sack of potatoes. She took him to the enclosure's doorway where she carefully placed him for the paramedics. She understood a gorilla enclosure wasn't the best environment for the little boy. Pest control. This red oxpecker bird is assisting a rhino by climbing inside his ear and pecking ticks and parasites that are causing him discomfort. Oxpecker birds and rhinos have a mutualistic interaction, which occurs when 2 organisms of different species collaborate. The oxpecker bird eats ticks and rhinoceros get pest control. A helping horn. A water buffalo was seen moving something on the ground. After further inspection, it was seen that the animal was attempting to flip over a tortoise that had landed on its back. The buffalo eventually succeeded in turning the tortoise over with its horn, to the delight of the spectators. Dog tries to save fish. While we humans expose fish to harmful toxins, this dog attempts to save a fish's life. He understands that a fish requires water to survive, but he doesn't realize that the amount of water he furiously flicks in the direction of the fish is unlikely to save it. Just goes to show that dogs are far more compassionate than people. Elephant to the rescue. Kamla is one of the Elephant Nature Park's youngest residents, a pachyderm refuge in Thailand. There, she's built an extraordinary bond with one of the staff members in particular, a man named Derek. Her love for him is so deep that she's going to rush to his aid at the first sign that he's in danger. This demonstrates that when we treat animals with love, they always return the favor. Tiger saves man. In this harrowing video, a big cat handler narrowly avoids being savaged by a leopard thanks to a tiger's brave intervention. Eduardo Serio, an animal conservationist, is seen in the video playing with the pride of lions in the Black Jaguar White Tiger Refuge in Mexico. A leopard races at Eduardo, but he's tackled by a big tiger who leaps into the air. Aslan, the hero tiger, had been sitting in the shade behind its trusted handler before reacting in split seconds. Aslan's exceptional agility enabled her to capture Dharma the leopard and then pin him to the ground and save the man. Feathery traffic enforcer. A friendly crow encourages a hedgehog to cross the road as an incoming automobile approaches in heartwarming footage. The video shows a persistent crow, which is known for being predatory. It's pecking at a small coiled-up hedgehog in the middle of the road. Instead of attempting to consume the small creature, the bird appears to be assisting it in surviving the threats posed by humans. Flipping tortoise. This is a friend you can rely on. When one tortoise noticed his friend had flopped upside down and onto his shell, adrenaline-fueled reflexes kicked in. The gallant tortoise set to work quickly, assisting his friend. The tortoise battled for a moment, pushing his comrade upward, but didn't stop until his friend was standing again. When everything was back to normal, the two galloped away to celebrate their friendship. Duck feeder. It's really nice to know that kindness transcends species. I mean, just take a look at this duck feeding the fishes. Pretty cute and heartwarming, don't you agree? Guardian of the Drunks. The faithful pooch practically throws itself over its owner and begins barking to scare off everyone who approaches him, even if they have good intentions. It keeps watch by repeatedly circling the unconscious man to ensure nothing terrible is going on around him. While we're quite sure dogs don't speak human language, this one comes pretty close. As a cop approaches to rouse the man up, the dog sits by him and begins licking his face, almost as if to say, "Come on, wake up, let's get out of here." Unlikely friendship. While encounters between dogs and dolphins are reasonably rare, at least outside of captivity, this video demonstrates how fun the interactions can be when they do happen. Dogs, in addition to their well-deserved status as man's best friend, have long been noted for their curiosity in other animals. Supercat. The boy is riding his bike near his home's driveway when a dog appears from behind a parked SUV and grabs his leg, evidently attempting to drag the child away. The family cat dashes toward the dog and attacks, scaring it away and chasing it. Emotional support horse. A woman going through a marital crisis receives some comforting nudges from her horse, who noticed her sorrowful expression. She sat close to her horses, her spirit broken. One of the horses swiftly approached her, took her closer to itself, and calmed her as humans would. The horse seemed to understand her pain and provided her a shoulder to cry on. See you all next time!